All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. And we just got, as you can see, an hour ago from the official One Piece card game English Twitter account that the ban list from the development team is now on the official website and is live. So we are going to check it out. And it looks like the ban restricted cards revision go in effect on August 30th. I believe that is for the both the West and the East, but we'll see. So they finally updated the ban list. Everybody's been waiting for this. Uh, okay, I did hear about this. So this is important here. To make more precise adjustments to the game environment, and preserve the viability of as many leaders as possible, we are introducing a new banned pair system. This system prohibits card A and card B from being included in the same deck. And here's the effective date. Like I said, I don't know if that is for the West and the East or one or the other. I believe it's for both. Possibly more information on that later. You have to excuse me, guys. I just woke up like 6 minutes ago, and I knew I had to get this out. So let's go over the list. All right, so card A and card B cannot be included in the same deck. Card A, OP11 Monkey D Luffy. Card B, OP11 Charlotte Katakuri, and OP08 Charlotte Linlin. Parallel cards included. Okay. All right. So what they've introduced here is they didn't ban any of these cards per se. So they didn't ban the Luffy leader like everybody thought. They didn't ban OP08 Big Mom like they thought. And they didn't touch Katakuri from OP11 like they thought. What they instead did was they know that these two cards, Katakuri and Big Mom here, they know that they're only a real problem in this leader specifically. So what they've introduced here is a banned pair. So you cannot, if you're going to play this blue purple Luffy leader, you can't play Katakuri from OP11 or Big Mom from OP08. This is amazing. This is beautiful. I love this. This is great. So a couple things here. And apparently they do this in Digimon. And I just found that out. Shout out Vampire Gaming. But by introducing a banned pair, so I come from Yu-Gi-Oh, and the problem with the ban lists in Yu-Gi-Oh is that they would often hit because that deck is has a eternal format. There are cards that come up no matter what kind of date they were released and no matter what kind of time they were relevant. They can come up again or phase out again, but they are always viable. There is no rotation. So between that and the constant pumping out of new archetypes, there are cards from older archetypes that get abused in newer archetypes because of the old clause, or it's just a really old card and it's worded really badly. And so sometimes a lot of those cards will get hit, harming other decks. Another thing would be rogue decks can only compete using some of the meta staples like the hand traps, some of the board breakers, some of the going second cards, and some of the big extra deck monsters. And when those cards are equally abused and used, but in the higher meta threat decks, and they get hit, they're not only hitting the top tier decks or limiting their power. Most of the time, they're barely doing that because those decks still make a way to come back. They're really harming the rogue decks and off strategies that people are trying their hardest. You can see them all over YouTube. People are trying their hardest to make those viable, and they can't do it. They don't have any tools, and the tools that they do have available, that everybody has available, they now have gotten taken away from them. So they made a bad deck worse, essentially, and it really limited deck choices. It limits like a lot of things. Sometimes card design. So you've had these people who were afraid to pick up these rogue-ish decks, and and continue with them because they would use cards that were popular and they were afraid of being hit. So, and if they were, then that's lights out for that. But that's enough of that rambling. That's just me expressing how beautiful I find this band pair card um, ordeal. That's not the right word for that. This is just how beautiful I find this implementation implementation. Like I said, I just woke up. I'm sorry, but that's how great I find it to be, because this addresses the problem with these two power cards being abused in this one leader, and you could still use this in another leader. You could still use this in another leader, in the Katakuri leader like he's supposed to be used in, and you can honestly use her in the Katakuri leader that she's probably supposed to be used in. So this is great. I really do like this idea. So that means Blue Purple Luffy is here to stay. That means these cards are here to stay, but the big power meta menace combo that they were should no longer be a thing. So we'll have to see how this shakes it up. But this is a really good idea. I love this. Okay, so now we're going over another spoiler, even though I already seen it. But so these are banned cards here. They banned OPO3 Nami Leader. What does this mean? Well, this means that you will no longer be playing Solitaire, you silly gooses. And you will no longer be playing against Solitaire, you sillier gooses. I hate this deck, but I got to put bias aside. I don't think this deck is super fun to play against. I don't even think it's super fun to play. Uh, I think this deck was long overdue to go, especially after they printed that Otama card that came out recently. I was like, this has got to go. It's all over the Eastern meta on the sim. That's all you'll run into is blue Nami. It's so unfun to play against. It's crazy. You have to kind of inherently switch up your strategy to play against the deck, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just a sit there and just pass, build up a board, hopefully swing with big swings, and hopefully they didn't deck themselves out by then. It's just really harsh. But they do give the explanation here that the deck got out of hand, so and it reduces leader diversity in the game environment, so they are banning it, which is pretty great. They are going to give out a revised leader right here that they say, a new leader card. It's a promo Nami. If it's anything like the other banned leader cards, it's going to suck, but we'll check it out. Okay, so that's all they did ban. So they did the ban pairs and they banned the leader. So, okay, is this good? This is great. I think this is perfect. There's no Gum Gum Giant on this list, and that's fine. It doesn't need to be. I don't understand why people were clamoring for that ban. Half the time, like, it was only this leader really abusing it. And, I mean, and Green Purple Luffy, and any Purple Straw Hat, of course, but it was only two. It falls again into the same category as I was saying about Yu-Gi-Oh! The meta threat leaders are using it, so you don't like it. But when the off meta leaders use it, it's their only defense. You see the problem with that? So I think it's great that they didn't ban that card. I really don't think it was a problem at all. Um, and this will allow purple straw hat leaders that are less powerful than blue purple Luffy and then green purple Luffy to continue to use it. So that's awesome. Okay, so from removed from the ban list, they did bring back OPO5 Sakazuki and OPO2 Kawaji. I think with Nami being banned and them revising the Nami leader, yeah, they even say that it's no longer an issue. This was only an issue in Nami in the very, very early stages of the game in OPO2 and 3. And then Sakazuki coming back, his card price is probably going to shoot up now. I should have snagged an alt when I could have. But Sakazuki was the big baddie for a long time from '05 to all the way to '07, I think, because he's been banned since then. Because OPO6 came out, the meta didn't really shake up too much because he was still around, and then they were like, yeah, he's got to go. So, but I'm assuming, see, we have determined this card no longer poses a threat to leader diversity in the current environment, and therefore have decided to unban it. I think this is great. If they think that cards are power crept or leaders are power crept, they need to bring them back. I think that's amazing. Sakazuki is a menace. I've never personally had an issue playing against Sakazuki, but he did used to take up a huge pie chart. Go look at those past events. So we'll have to see if Bro is as hot as he used to be. Okay, and that is it. That is it. That is all they've done. So I think this list is pretty good. Hold on, I've got the Twitter pulled up here. I think, yeah, there it is. Shadow Vampire. He's amazing. Super, super great content creator. Always pumping out stuff on time. And he's an ace stand like myself. So go give him a follow. But yeah, he goes over the Nami leader here. So first off, this artwork is beautiful. So it's a shame that this leader is probably not great. But going over it, so same stats, 5 life, 5,000 power, blue, East blue. According to the rules, you may only play cards with East blue type in your deck. Also, when your deck has 0 cards in it, you win the game instead of losing. And then Dawn times 1, when this leader attacks, does damage to your opponent, you may trash the top card of your deck. So same premise, same Dawn times 1 effect, same stipulation win condition here. Hey. But the only other issue here is you can only play East blue cards in there. So there's no Snake Dance, no Sobbles, whatever. No Mr. Ones. You could still play Kaya, but you're not gonna be able to bounce it back. You could still play Jum. Wow, Gum Giant Gavel, and things like that. But yeah, this leader is not going to be very good. It probably won't see any play at all. But I mean, the artwork looks really nice. So yeah, that's going to cover it for this, guys. Like I said, effective date August 30th. I believe that is for the West and the East. If any other information comes up, it'll obviously clarify that. But that's all I got for you guys today. This ban list was pretty good. I think Bandai's done a phenomenal job on all the hits and decisions. And I really am excited for this to take place and see how our meta will shake up. So that's all I got for you guys. Goodbye.